Excellent. All right, welcome trainers to the Cutlass Draft League. This is week 1 of matches. I've got a couple people in the booth with me because we're doing split games. We have some off stream where we will see the replay files for and commentate, and some live games. So the 4 trainers from the live games are here with me in the studio. We've got top to bottom, Sean, Houdini, Jadeabella. I'm Keith, Cutlassboardgames. Below me is Elise and Loremother, who has played the game already but is hanging out with us today for the vibes. We had a request earlier to kind of explain how the format in these matches are going to work, because it's VGCF regulation format Pokemon team construction, but it's custom doubles because we're bringing all 6 after we've already drafted 10 Pokemon, which we have a video up of all that already if you want to go and check that out. This is our first time bringing those teams into the match in the double battle to try and see who's going to win it out for week 1. First off, we're going to go through the matches that already happened during the week. We'll give some color commentary, and then we'll go into the live matches. Queued up first, I've got AV and Terrastormer. So these are 2 of our newer to Pokemon, newer to competitive Pokemon players.
Art is amazing.
Yeah, I did this all last night because I wanted to have like promo cards. So cool. I'm happy about it.
It's really sick. I think it's really cool.
So I have one for all of the matches today to help break it up and help pick them out. But when we went through and seeded the tournament, we had like a kind of top half, bottom half thing. And so all the bottom half people played against each other, all the top half people played against each other. And this is one of the bottom half matches because they both confessed to being relatively new to the game. They did a best of 3 due to some technical issues. And this is just the 3rd match, which is the decider. So we'll be going through it. We'll be watching this replay. Now, if I hide this, you should be able to see...
The way you carried that past camera was like sponsored by.
All right. So we're gonna start with this.
Yeah.
Start with this first round. I think I might have to zoom out our cameras a little bit because I have a hunch that we're just squishing Elise a tiny bit. Let me adjust this quickly.
That's okay.
I'm hungover.
But you're all good.
I'm gonna eat my burger.
Let's adjust this.
Do that.
There we go. Gives us a bit more screen space. All right, we are going to start off with the replay. We are watching it from AV's perspective, but we won't be seeing the choices or anything made. It just basically runs through the replay as if we were a spectator. So I pre-watched this, little confession, pre-watched this last night.
The Intimidate's rough start there.
Yeah, this Malamar is really scary, and Terrastormer just uses Ice Wind into it, which makes it even faster and scarier.
Oh no! Yeah, the Malamar is that's a powerhouse.
Mm-hmm.
Malamars are just fucking weaponized in general.
It is taunted, and I think I know about this set, so I am interested to see what happens. It's just straight into more superpower. Ooh, and
more Icy Wind.
With the poison as well, it's a bit hard to survive. It's so tanky. The leftovers are really putting in work.
Mm. So here comes Big Baton Pass into the Blaziken.
Yeah.
But the advantage of having the Ghost Skeleturge is that you can't superpower into it to get more stacks. So hitting the Baton Pass there wasn't a terrible decision.
No, I think that was very good. And now the speed
Except
boost
that,
can start racking up.
Except that Blaziken just died in one shot.
Oh. I'm watching the stream, which is slightly delayed.
Slightly delayed, yeah. And so I'm trying not to run ahead too much for the game.
Enough.
But this Lilligant is just, I don't know if it's like choice specs or something, but they've decided just for it to hit Icy Wind and no other move forever.
Immune to superpower, yep. I thought that the Malabar was carrying Throat Chop, but maybe I was mistaken there. Maybe it was
Big solar
Sizzle.
beam.
He's thick.
Oh, good protect on the flamethrower.
His thickness, yeah. The nickname
Yeah.
game in this match is hardcore.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
I haven't got nicknames for our match. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I went all in. I have
Ooh, it's
nicknames
nice.
aplenty
Yeah,
for both
let's
of us.
go. Fuck
Nice
Shadow!
shadow.
I love him!
Yeah, that's a very effective flash cannon.
11 tails. Oh, it's not banded or specs because it just used flamethrower.
Yeah, so I'm not sure why the.
Spoiler alert! It's not actually all that good.
Oh, no wonder it was immune earlier. That
Yeah.
makes way more sense.
So
That's very funny.
very close. Very close match
Super,
there.
super close. It actually it started off very heavy on AV's side to win.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I
Terrastormer
think the
brought it back.
fumble on the Malamar. I think if there was no baton pass, the Malamar could have probably swept on its own. Passing it off to the Blaziken, which opened it up to that Earth weakness and the Earth power, definitely felt like it hurt a lot there. Because it didn't look like Malamar was going anywhere.
No, not really. Then again, like, because we don't know the sets exactly, it's kind of hard to say whether or not he had the tools to like actually hit what was in play. Because there's like, obviously he doesn't know at that point that it's a Hisuian Zarok behind the Lilligant. But like, if you don't have a Dark type move or something of the like on the Malamar to hit those two Ghost Pokemon that are in play, he kind of can't do anything with the superpower. So,
well, superpower kills the Archaludon at the least. Having it in play long enough to deal with that problem definitely would have made a difference. But yeah, the Throat Chop I think would have been the good tech, especially into Terrastormer where you know there is a lot. There's a lot of ghosts.
Our resident ghost gym leader.
Yeah.
I'm surprised the ghost step works so well.
Yeah.
I have to say that hearing you guys all like commentate on this is super informative as the resident new player here. Like, that's just
really?
hanging out. Yeah. No, it's just like you guys are all saying things that are like, I am not smart. I am learning things, and it's really, really, it's really cool. You guys are good at this.
I was so pleased to have you as well. And I mean, we had some fun chats earlier this week as well about like the basics of VGC. Was there anything like that really stood out that was different from what you expected? Or like even when you played your match, you were like surprised by?
I didn't know how the move Protect worked.
There you go. A very good move for this format.
Good one.
Yeah. We talked about that briefly in chat, but I was like, seeing the Protect fail and you go, oh, hang on, I need to go and read this survey that they've written underneath this thing to figure out exactly what's going to happen. But while we're talking about it, your match, Loremother, is the next one that we're going to be looking at here.
Let's do it.
So let me put up my handy screen hider while I get the next replay loaded.
Is it possible to share your screen to Discord so we don't have the delay?
No.
No, okay, fair enough.
It ruins my layout.
I'm going to open the replay. I'll share it.
Yeah, maybe let's do that.
Yeah, if we all click play at the same time on the replay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could work too.
So next match up is Loremother and EBEZA.
Where are we doing this?
I'm just opening it. Hold on.
Oh no, don't do that. If you, it can't be in this channel. Like you can't move anything in this channel because it moves everything around. That's why I didn't want to do it myself.
We can just press play at the same time.
Yeah, you just have to load the replay file out of the thing. So this one gave me a heart attack when the replay was first posted because they did their first round and EBEZA accidentally had all the Pokemon set to level 100 instead of level 50.
That last time.
Yeah,
which
you did it to me last time.
Yeah, it's not a new mistake.
I'm like, wait a minute.
Is not a new mistake.
I still have the recording of that episode. And I was just like, wow, I didn't expect to get one hit, but
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
What's really
That's
funny
okay.
is that it happened twice, and then the second time we were like, "Oh crap, I did it again. Hold on."
Oh no. So yeah, that's
Make
why
sure this time.
we try and get all the information out to the players about this is how this is being done, because it is complicated. Showdown has a lot of different buttons and features, and we've had to do it a very specific way to try and get it to be exactly the format, the way that we want. But we have the replay file of the official match that was recorded. We're going to be
Can we
running
do
through it now.
On slow speed or normal?
We can
speed?
do it on slow speed if you want. We did the
Maybe
first one
slow
on normal.
Speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do slow.
Actually do stuff.
Okay.
Slow speed, and then count me down to press play.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
All right, battle starting.
Hell yeah.
I see a shiny Lapras. I see a Gothitelle. That's a quite a statement of an opener.
So this was first and second draft pick also. So you kind of knew you're going to be playing this combo
Intimidate.
going in.
Ooh, leaving the
brutal
knockoff is... And the fling, yeah, okay.
Oh, you get the double in.
Damn, that's a really rough start for Lore. Curious Medicine. Interesting. Water type Terra coming out. Close combat, not going to be super effective. I think
Very
that
well
saved
read.
the Lapras there.
Definitely.
Yeah, very
Still
well read.
a lot of
And
damage though.
Huge amount of damage. And
Or
Thunder
the
Punch
coverage
takes the
from the
knockout.
Thunder Punch. That's brutal.
Yeah, really good coverage there.
Yeah.
Trick Room goes up. Oh boy, we're cooking.
So
Okay,
EBEZA's just
okay.
had some really good reads on where the Protect was going to be and doubled up into the correct Pokemon twice.
Oh wow.
Which has been really tough.
Huge
that's
Draco
amazing.
Meteor. Volt Switch not playing off. Minior coming out.
I
And
was
then in
so
Trick
hyped
Room,
to see
Minior's
this
not going to have a
Pokemon.
good time. I'm pretty hyped already. Like this is... Okay, so now we're having a half as effective Draco Meteor, still putting in a chunk of damage. Wow, the comeback is huge. This turned around very quickly. And the Shell Smash unfortunately, is going to make the Minior a bit slower.
But does get the stat boost,
Yeah,
which doesn't become relevant.
unfortunately.
So
Another
1/3
Draco Meteor.
special
It's insane.
attack Draco Meteor still
Does
does
83
80%.
does 83%. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
That is
Yeah.
horrifying.
That's gonna be a max special attack.
So this was another thing that I talked about with Loremother after the match, where I was like, you could have just switched your guy out to reset that and do it again.
Yeah.
But as you can see, it still worked out. Like you managed to get a lot of damage into it. You managed to get that HP
Huge amount of health.
HP
taken
lead.
out.
Also, I just want to say, huge L from EBEZA to not name this Blastoise Donatello.
Yeah.
Huge L.
That was the misplay that made all the
That
difference.
is a massive misplay.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Oh, that Blastoise is so bulky. Getting rid of that is not
That
going to be a
Pokemon
good
is that
time.
Pokemon is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I
It's
think Blastoise is
angry.
definitely one of the big threats there.
Oh, and a helping hand. This thing's going to be annoying. Oh, wait, the special defense. Oh, it crit. It crit. Maybe that crit
That's
mattered. Wow.
Um,
It's really cool to see Alola and Mark as well. Like that's not a Pokemon I've ever really seen in VGC.
It's really popular at the moment with VGC for picking up Moody off Smeagol, and then they just spam minimize and then just stack stats forever, and you can never hit it. It's so frustrating.
Good knockout there. And Pyro's gonna have to take out 3 Pokemon now.
Lol, Galio. All right, good defensive Terra to dodge the fighting type
super
weakness.
defensive Terra.
But it is unfortunately not going to be enough.
Yeah.
Snarl for the stat drop is already taken too much damage. I think EBEZA is just not prepared adequately to deal with Trick Room. So having so many things that just are always going to go last has been such a detriment here.
Can I also say, like, Trick Room, getting up Trick Room is not easy, and working with Trick Room is not easy. And the fact that in the first match, Law was able to pick that up and roll with it, like, I'm very proud. So
Yeah.
that was
Very
very,
well
very
done.
well done.
Also, using the Galarian slow King to like quite good effect. Like that's not an easy
Very good.
Pokemon to use. That type combination is also like quite difficult to master. So
100%.
good job there.
Thank you. I think so. One of the things that EBEZA said was that they were not expecting, like, they expected Trick Room and Gothitelle, but they were not expecting it me to have a second Trick Rumor, and that was one of the things that like messed them up. So.
Well, you definitely didn't get to see you use it in game 1. So I think that's cool. That's made obviously a lot of the difference here. It got you some huge advantage against the Minior, some big advantage against a lot of the other fast Pokemon as they came in. And that's your win. So that's our first 2 matches of the day already done. When it is the replay, it's much quicker and easier to get through it. But we are also going to have our live matches. Now,
Yes.
we now have to choose who do we want to go first, because it's myself and Jadeabella or Sean and Elise. Does someone want to flip a coin, or do you have a preference on who's first?
I've got some dice.
Yeah. Someone want to call odds or evens?
Even.
That's good.
All right. And that is a 3.
Odds.
All right.
So what does that mean?
Does that mean you're going first, or you're choosing who goes first?
I guess choose. I guess it means we choose. Did you have a preference, Jadeabella?
No, I don't care. Whatever.
All right, let's go second. We're going to put you girls up first.
All right, we'll go first then. Did we want to do a team recap before starting?
Nah, we'll do that after.
Okay.
We can do post-match stuff after the games are done. So I need you to send me your match link so that we can get in and be spectating it.
Yeah.
Yep. I should
Do you want to send me an invite? Or should I send you one?
Can you send me one?
I sure can. What was your thing again?
It's just Thundercups.
We have the stuff set to Reg F. Would you see, right?
That's
custom
team
doubles.
build, and then we do custom doubles for the actual match.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Did you see
It's
Reg F
probably
doesn't let you
still
take
fine.
6?
Did you get the invite?
Oh, you're right.
No.
Let me change that.
Oh, I got it now. Okay. We'll do that. Let me press accept. Oh, I have thoughts. I don't want to say anything just yet, but
get us the
I'm
match link.
surprised.
Yeah, I'm sending it to you on Discord.
Cool.
Oh, actually, I was just posting in general.
Yeah. Okay, so
Cool.
Elise versus Sean
Nice.
is our next match. Don't start just yet. We've got our teams loaded in. We've got everyone loaded in. Have we got all of our spectators here? It looks like it.
Yeah, there's 5.
Yep, I'm in.
Good
Cool.
stuff. So both of you were top 4 in the last draft league that we did. We were in the
Top 2.
top 2.
No,
No, I came
was
fourth.
Elise was top 2.
But all my match losses were to Houdini. So
this
might
is
be
the
a chance to
revenge.
redeem myself.
Yeah, this is the
Or-
revenge
The
match.
revenge
I
tour.
might just keep losing.
So yeah, both of you were in the top seed, which is why you got matched against each other. This is gonna be a tough first round, I think. When Sean and I were doing team building and talking and stuff like that, we actually said Elise is probably one of the scarier people to have to face against, because looking at what you've got, you have a lot of flexibility and choices in how you can build things. I think I'm a little right aligned. 1 second. I'm going to put this back up. I'm just going to adjust the screen a little bit. Nope, that's the wrong one. Because I've got some of it cropped off. The problem with doing this, I just need to move it over. Wow, okay. Doing this all on the fly is it can be a bit difficult. It can be a bit difficult sometimes. Let me just pull this in. Wow, it just really hates me, huh? Okay. We're not going to see the log. I think that's fine. I'm just going to make it so we can't see the log at all. For the replays, it looks different to the actual matches, so it's hard for me to set that up for both in advance. But we're ready to go whenever you're ready to go.
Alright, I will mute and deafen and see you after the match then.
Good luck.
And no need for a timer or everything. Alright, have fun.
Bye.
All right, and that leaves the rest of us in the booth to do the commentary. So, looking at Houdini's team here, he's brought both of his Trick Room setters, which I think is going to be interesting in the Rabska and the Farigiraf. And then he's got everyone else is really bulky, and I'm assuming they've all got really low speed investment. But then trying to hopefully account for that with stuff like Fake Out, because you've got Fake Out on Incineroar and Rillaboom. Arguably, Sean has the scariest draft out of everyone. If you just go off BST, because he's got a lot of 600s there, he's got a lot of big numbers. But Elise has a lot of flexibility in her team kit and has brought a lot of bulky guys with looking like a Sandstorm kind of a setup.
I'm interested to see how she uses her weather in this, because she did pick a lot of weather users overall, but it looks like...
left Pelipper on the bench, has brought the Tyranitar. I think some of the things that is going to be really interesting to me is there's a lot of bulk here, but how and where things are going to be tanking and attack, I think is going to be relevant. Like the T-Tyre has really good special defense, and you might need that against like the Farigiraf, for example. And I think maybe Metagross is going to be the guy to watch here, because I think Metagross is going to be needed to do a lot of work in this matchup. So we've got a big Intimidate coming down on both, and then we see the contrary on the Superior.
That was a good read. Contrary boost.
But Superior is a special attacker, so I don't know that it's going to be super relevant. We're probably going to see a Fake Out of the Incineroar, and then maybe Hyper Voice, if not setting up for... I wonder if it's going to be Trick Room right away, or if it's going to be trying to wait on that. I don't think Hitmontop can do anything because of Farigiraf's ability. It prevents priority moves going into your team. So I don't think we can see a Fake Out to stop it. And if Elise is scared of the Fire Stab move coming out of the Incineroar into the Superior, that might be a switch. Otherwise, it might be the play to try and stop the Trick Room coming out. That said, Elise does just have some slow Pokemon, like Araquanid is pretty slow. And depending on the speed investment in Metagross, maybe he could be in a low enough speed tier for it to be relevant. What are you both thinking so far? What are you scared of? T-Tyre is pretty slow because he's a bulky boy.
Yeah. I'm worried about the Araquanid.
Yeah, I think Araquanid might have to do some work. I think Araquanid is the scissors to Donzo's paper. Okay, big Fake Out blocked by the Armor Tail. You get a Paralysis out of the Superior, so maybe it's support Superior, which is interesting. And then the Flare Blitz comes in and is not a KO, despite it being super effective. And then we do get the Trick Room off. So I think the Flare Blitz was maybe expected to do more damage than this, even with the Intimidate. So Superior must be like a bulky support build.
Bulky guy, yeah. Maybe it's slow. Maybe she was expecting this. I don't know how far Superior is supposed to be. I feel like it's got one of those awkward speed stats where it's kind of like...
not great enough for either.
Yeah.
Maybe. My experience in playing it was just loading up Leaf Storm and then clicking Leaf Storm on repeat.
That's what I would do as well.
So I'm curious to see what's going on here. Glare is a really interesting choice. Okay, we're seeing this switch out for the Weather and the Araquanid. So the correct read that Araquanid's going to be slow enough for value here. And here's the Throat Spray Hyper Voice, giving this the special attack boost, which could be really scary. I think of the two, Farigiraf is like really well poised to actually be doing a lot of damage here.
I'm really happy to be seeing the Giraffe in VGC.
Oh, same. Like, I was so hyped when they showed it has an evolution now. I'm like, oh, sick. And they're like, okay, actually it's super viable. Okay, great. I'm really hyped.
I will say I am disappointed that the nickname is not a palindrome.
True.
Right.
All of Houdini's Pokemon are nicknamed based on a theme. And points if you can figure out what that theme is. And it will be a bit more obvious when you see more of them come out. Interesting, the Ghost Terror type on the Tyranitar. So that means that Tyranitar is going to take damage from its own Sandstorm. Here comes the bear. Oh, big read!
Jungle Book.
Yeah, well, all Disney. But I don't think they're all
Disney,
just
yeah.
Jungle Book. Wow.
Look at
Ursaluna
Jim on it.
gone already.
Damn, that's huge.
Yeah, so that liquidation was a massive read there coming out of Elise.
Jiminy! Oh boy! Let's go!
So here's Rabsca, the other Trick Room setter. Both Trick Room setters in play at the same time. I'm assuming both of them are going to be going first because they'll have the correct
Slowest.
speed advantage.
Yeah.
But I don't know what the moveset on the Rabsca is going to be outside of the Trick Room and Revival Blessing, which is one of the...
Yeah, I was gonna say, does it have revival?
Oof.
Oh, there it
Yeah,
is.
there's the Revival Blessing.
Oof.
Bringing back the Ursaluna. But that lunge was super effective. Taking out the Farigiraf definitely hurts. This Araquanid is a monster here. And I wonder what's going to have to happen to stop the liquidation just killing Ursaluna again.
It might also die to sand.
Yeah, I think if Ursaluna can protect this turn, then Sandstorm should kill Araquanid.
Yeah.
Both plays in the tank. We just had a couple of really quick turns after a really, like, thinky setup first turn.
Yeah, just like,
So you can tell just how important things are at the moment. Houdini, one Pokemon down with a Farigiraf KO'd. And I believe also is just generally behind on HP. Oh, that's got to hurt.
Oh,
Critical hit.
Arachnid's down.
Losing the Terra.
At what cost?
Yeah. So now we've got the Rillaboom set up. There's no more Trick Room. The Donzo comes out, and the Intimidate, perfectly timed to hit both of these big, heavy hitters.
Elise is in a really good position now, I think.
Yeah. So this Flygon, which is Ground Dragon type, is neutral against the grass. So unless if there's like an ice coverage move somewhere between these two Pokemon, Flygon might be tough to kill. And I don't think either of them carry anything that's super effective into Hitmontop either. And I think the Donzo, depending on what the setup is just looking to get to a point where he can be set up. So interesting thing to note, in all of the speed tiers, the regular speed tier, it's the highest speed goes first. In priority brackets, so anything that has priority +1, like Follow Me, Helping Hand, and Fake Out, the speed order is reversed. So Rillaboom, being fast, goes after the Hitmontop does.
Oh, I see.
Which can be slightly relevant. And the reason why Incineroar is a really good Fake Out user, because it's pretty regularly going to be slow. Alright, here comes a switch. I think that was good. You had to reset there. So Superior picking up another contrary attack boost. And is also burned. So I'm really curious to see more out of this Superior set. Are we going to see another Paralysis come out onto the Dodonzo?
Yeah.
Also, what's Flygon going to do here? The other thing that's worth noticing is if Rabsca doesn't have any damaging special attack moves, then Houdini only has physical sweepers remaining. And if a wall can be set up where like you can cycle the Intimidate, you can get the attack drops, something like Reflect, exactly, then it's going to be really hard for him to get in front on these HP trades when he's already behind.
Cooking.
Definitely. And we've still seen nothing out of the Metagross. We've still seen, like, If Incineroar goes down here, I don't think there's anything that can kill Metagross.
Yeah.
And then T-Tar is still on the bench if we wanted to see a reset. Huge Leaf Storm here into the Dodonzo, followed by a huge Earth Power. This is looking really dire for Houdini right now. Okay, Liquidation comes out and doesn't do that much damage. Because it is neutral effective, because Dragon resisting water and Ground being weak to water.
At least getting a little bit of HP back to cover the burn from the terrain as well. That's kind of nice for her.
Yeah, it's definitely helping keep Superior in the game. I think we can just assume there's going to be another Leaf Storm out into the Dodonzo. Getting that KO will be a big deal, and we're about to find out if Dodonzo has Protect or not in the setup. Or if Rillaboom with a Grassy Glide could potentially get a KO on the Superior, because Grassy Glide is priority +1. But Grass on a Grass is neutral damage, so I'm not sure exactly how much it could be. Also, Rillaboom has just come out this turn, so it does have the Fake Out available, and it could be possible to see a choice of the Fake Out into the Superior to try and save the Dodonzo, but Dodonzo's not going to be killing Flygon. Like, the attack into the Flygon last round did 23%. Oh, okay. Here's the switch in the Intimidate. Fake Out comes out, which allows Dodonzo to get the rest off, which is really good here. Because this is definitely what Houdini needs, is to try and claw back a little bit at this big HP gap between the two of them. And the switch coming out from Flygon means that there was no damaging moves coming out of Elise this turn, which basically buys him a turn. Okay, Fake Out not bad here. Sleep Talk, Rest. Unfortunate coin flip.
Unlucky.
So the Rapska taking the Fake Out is not a big deal because it wasn't going to act anyway. And its HP is already kind of low. It is possible for Hitmontop to have Mach Punch, which is a +1 priority fighting type move, which could potentially KO the Rapska before it gets a chance to do anything.
Yeah, before it gets another Trick Room off.
Yeah. Trick Room is also... Oh! Barely any damage here. And the Dodonzo survives the Leaf Storm. So we might be able to actually see... Wow, that really is a tanky Superior. And we get the Trick Room off. Very good here. So Dodonzo should wake up. Because Sleep is pretty consistently 2 turns and then wake up. When you use Rest. The Brick Break did much less damage than I expected.
Yeah. I was not expecting that Trick Room to be able to go up.
Yeah, because Trick Room is priority -6. It will most commonly be the last thing that happens in a turn. So you have to be confident that you'll survive that long. And I think this was definitely a gamble out of Houdini to try and get that happening. But he's now in a really tough spot. He's got the Dodonzo on half attack. Attacking with a water type move into something that resists water. Oh, and he's forgotten how many times you get to Sleep Talk. Rookie mistake, mate. You see him shaking his head in the on the player cam. Yeah, he knows he's messed up. Alright, now he's got to make little Rillaboom catch 5 KOs. Which is going to be tough. We also have the Trick Room, so I wonder how much advantage that's going to give. Oh, Bug Buzz, which ignores the Substitute. Fantastic pickup here. Yeah, that's ignores really the Substitute, which will catch the KO on the Superior, because that is super effective. And I think actually Rapska, hopefully, doing a lot of damage here, especially that's going to be first, is going to be really relevant. Because the Stab Bug type move into the Metagross, which is weak to Bug, is hopefully going to make a big difference here. Grassy Glide out of the Rillaboom can take the KO on the Flygon. It did almost 40% damage last time. So I think we see a swap into a Hitmontop here to try and get that Intimidate. try and get that Intimidate off, because Rillaboom needs to be intimidated to start mitigating some of this damage coming out. But this could be the start of Houdini clawing it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's the Hitmontop swap. Are we going to see the Bug Buzz? Oh, it has Earth Power. Okay.
Ooh.
Psychic Fangs, not quite the KO. And the U-turn was a good read.
Yeah.
Here's a Intimidate out of Incineroar, but Metagross's power here is that it can't get intimidated with that Clear Body ability. So we've got a Fake Out available for both Hitmontop and Incineroar. And I think Incineroar, unless fully paralyzed, will go off first. So Incineroar Fake Out into the Hitmontop with the Rabsca hitting that Earth Power might be enough to get Houdini back in the game. Man has to win a lot of coin flips to get through this.
Yeah.
The other interesting thing is that going through it like this as a spectator, we don't know which of the two people is hard in the tank. I feel like for Houdini, what he has to do here is pretty clear, but I feel like for Elise, because she has so many more options in the tank to pick from, it could make a big difference. Here's the switch out of the Metagross, predicted onto the Earth Power, and the Brick Break into the Rillaboom.
Nice, nice.
Great choice. Alright. Houdini is now locked into his last two Pokemon. So any times Intimidate is activated here is forever. And it's going to be really tough. What's up to Elias Trent in the chat? Hello. It's one of our homies. We're just up to match 3 of 4. And it's coming to a close. We're at turn 16. Goes Terra, blocking the Fake Out.
That was a very good switch in as well.
I agree. So being able to grind them down with the Sandstorm once Grassy Terrain ends will mean that Elise can just play super defensively here and just try and tax every turn that 6% until it grinds probably the Incineroar first, but also Trick Room ended, and Elise's Pokemon are fast again, and that's game. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
That was a very good game.
That was intense. We saw some cool shit come out there that we weren't expecting. I have a first question. First question to the players. Sean, did you forget how many turns you're asleep after you use rest?
Yeah, I did actually. I also hit rest on the first turn of my sleep talk.
Yeah, but that was unfortunate because sleep talk does choose at random.
I know.
But
it is only a 33% chance to hit it though, which is pretty unlikely.
Yeah, you had to flip so many coins successfully to be able to win this match. After that unlucky go with the Ursaluna.
Yeah, that happens.
Happens.
I did not expect the. I assume it's like 0 speed EVs on Araquanid.
There's 0 speed investment on everything except for Hitmontop.
Yeah, fair enough.
I was basically expecting Sneasler to come out because Sneasler outspeeds everything on my team, and there was no way for me to work around Sneasler effectively. In fact, a lot of my team building was around Sneasler, so the fact that I didn't see Sneasler, I was very happy.
That's funny.
And then, and that's why I was like, well, I'm not going to outspeed Sneasler, so I'll just not put any speed into anything.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I didn't. Yeah. So yeah, I was definitely. I had to test at the start if Melman was gonna be Sap Sipper or not.
Yeah.
And very happy to find out it wasn't. That was nice. And then Dondozo, I was like, do I actually have answers to this outside of Superior? And luckily Superior survived enough and took two hits with Substitute. That was also very lucky.
Yeah, Superior seemed really bulky. Also, we had a cool moment where we got to see the Bug Buzz bypass the Substitute for the KO. That's another cool one where.
I didn't know that was there, so I was like, oh.
So we were expecting from that moment maybe a full turnaround where Rabska gets a chance to catch some KOs. The switch out of the Metagross, I think, was correct because I knew that that was going to be a KO there, definitely, if Rabska got to hit in again. But Bug Buzz is also super effective against Metagross. You didn't have to be on the Earth Power if you were worried about that Flygon switch.
I'm aware.
So that was really unlucky, it getting dodged on a Levitate.
I had to take that coin flip, right?
Yeah.
Because, like, if she swaps into anything that's not exactly Flygon, and I Bug Buzz, it does, like, no damage.
Yeah.
But Earth Power still, like, does a lot of damage to, like, Hitmontop, does a lot of damage to T-Tar, like...
Yeah.
I took the out that gave me more overall damage on a switch in, but had the higher risk of failing based on a specific switch.
Yeah, I think this is one of the things, and why I've personally listed as Elise as one of the scarier players to play against, is that even though you might have a really, really strong team, like what Sean drafted, it's really hard to feel like you're in a scenario where what you have to do is really obvious. And is always going to be strong. Because there was just so many times where we're watching it and we go, oh, it's a coin flip here between either this or this thing happening, or like you're relying on this thing to go well, or this choice to have not been made to be able to get back in front on the HP exchange.
Yeah,
So,
GG though, that was a really good match.
It was a really good match. GG.
Yeah, GG's. And that leaves us with our final round, which is Jadeabella and I. Did you want to... Let me send you a battle request. Find a user.
Yes. Elise, did you record a team building video?
Well, I was, but I forgot.
I recorded one already, but it's scheduled. I didn't want it to go live before the games today.
Well, since you didn't, I would love to hear like some of your philosophy, because mostly because like how you planned around battling Houdini's raw power with the tools that you had, because you had so much versatility available for you.
Yeah, I can go through a bit of that.
We can wait until the post game chat.
Yeah, we'll do that after.
Let's talk about after, because yeah, I do have some thoughts on that. Yeah.
All right, so we've got our match set up here. This is... All right, Jadeabella and me, Keith, Cutlassboardgames.
Keith, before
Discord
you...
volume. Yeah, I'm seeing that now.
Yeah.
Let me turn them all up. We had this problem in the recordings, but it doesn't seem to be fine. Can you guys say some stuff?
Hello.
Some
Let me
stuff.
check some levels.
Some stuff.
That seems fine. It's like almost maximum. I'll turn myself down a little bit. Alright. So we've got me first up. I won the last draft league that we did against Elise in the finals. It was very close. And
it was a really good game.
I've had to now come back and maybe defend my title. Now, Jadeabella, I lost to in the bracket, and then fortunately didn't have to play against to get back through in the final. So I've not beaten you to get this far, which I think is interesting.
I'm now extra worried. Dude, look, I'm not confident, okay? I've just thrown some shit together. The stuff that I wanted to do, I realize I fucked up. And
same.
There's a couple of the things that I wanted to do. I was like, I actually don't have access to that, and I'm like, well, we're just rolling with it, boys.
That's true. You do kind of have to just do it. I had the same problem. One of the things that I was going to do as a combo has actually been patched out in the most recent generation, which is a bit unfortunate. But it's time for us to mute and deafen.
Yeah.
We'll get an invite to the game first.
We'll pass it off. Oh, can you do that, Jadeabella?
Yeah.
Just post it in general.
Yeah. I sure can.
And then we'll pass it off to our remaining commentators in the booth. Because of my setup, I can't deafen. I can't mute and deafen in Discord, but I mute my microphone and I take my headphones off.
Yep, you're really good.
Which is as good as I can get. Otherwise, stream won't be able to hear anything.
I'm gonna.
So I'm in. I see it.
Okay.
Yeah,
yep.
Okay.
Alright, I'll see you on the other side.
Alright, wish us luck.
Best of luck, guys. Best of luck.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Okay, so the interaction that Keith was referring to there was the Worry Seed and the Truant interaction with slacking. And yes, that did get patched out in
Yeah, a
the
while
latest
ago.
game.
I didn't want to mention
Oh,
it
a while
to him.
ago.
I wanted to see him do it on stream, but
That's really funny.
that is cruel of me, but I did want to kind of see it happen and get that reaction.
It's
But
good,
hey,
it's good for content. It's good.
it is great for content, but unfortunately, he decided to practice.
Yeah.
But
On Keith's side, I see some really fast Pokemon, like high priority fast Pokemon, and I'm seeing like a lot of bulkier, like tanky support Pokemon on Jade's side. So I'm
yeah, I don't
curious
think
about
we're
the
gonna.
interaction here.
I don't think we're gonna see Trick Room this game somehow.
Yeah, same.
I mean, or if we do,
hoping
it's
you.
probably gonna be from Jade's side.
Do you think we see some Thunder Waves coming out to control the speed? I can
potentially
see that happening. Maybe a Will-O-Wisp?
Yeah, maybe. I don't think Rotom Wash can learn Will-O-Wisp.
It does.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, potentially, yeah. I mean, obviously, you think this Venusaur's probably going to be, like, specially attacking, probably, maybe even bulkier.
Yeah, I definitely expect both Venusaur and Electivire here to be special
Also,
attackers. Greninja
Venus
should be both.
subscribe. Very funny.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, I mean...
Oh, Water Pledge?
Oh,
Grass Pledge? Water Pledge? I have not
very funny.
seen
That's
those
very
in a
funny.
competitive match. That's hilarious.
Yeah, so Keith sent me the team sheet for this last night, and I had a good laugh at it. It was very funny.
So when you
this
put
is
Water Pledge and then Grass Pledge,
Yeah.
it creates a swamp. Does anyone know what the swamp actually does?
I believe it's I think it just changes the typing of the moves. I think it changes it to a third type. I can't remember exactly what it is.
I think from memory, the pledge attacks create like this ongoing area effect.
Yeah.
But I am not sure. Terabyte, I love that name. I love it.
So Water and Grass Pledge creates a marsh which reduces the speed by 50% of all opponents.
Wow.
So it's
That's
an inverse
very-
tail. It's an inverse tailwind.
That's very funny.
And it says it lasts for 4 turns.
Yeah. So we don't see the download happening on Terabyte,
No, it's
so it's probably
adaptability.
Or adaptability, yeah. Poison type protein and
Huge
earth power. Wow, huge earth power.
Huge massive tri attack on the return.
I definitely expected the Venusaur to be more bulky. That was a big attack.
It's true. It is Life Orb on the Venusaur, so it did take a bit of chip damage from using those 2 moves.
Yeah.
Or one of those moves.
Shiny Comfy, pretty.
Shiny Comfy.
And taking the poison now, so I bet like when you come to like supporty and like kind of like more tankier Pokemon, the poison will add up over time and actually be quite significant.
Definitely, because they tend to sort of like hang around for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
So yeah, that poison does stack. It is only like basic poison instead of bad poison.
Yeah, badly poisoned. Yeah.
Because you can double layer toxic spikes to give bad poison to everything.
100%. When we did my draft league, we saw Hisuian Goodra, but
accidentally,
but still part of the league regardless.
Definitely.
I'm really curious to see what Cutlass decides to do with this here. Like, are we expecting a setup like with Shell Smash? I believe it gets access to Shell Smash.
Yeah, it's also got Shelter, Body Press, that sort of deal.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, Whimsicott coming out here.
Good draining.
Heavy Slam.
Ooh.
I mean, Steel super effective against Fairy. Yeah. And the Tri Attack knocks out the Whimsicott in one go. Whimsicott not going to be able to do anything.
No tailwind for you. Oh, actually, he does still have. Oh my god.
I actually think that's put Keith back quite a bit. Whimsicott is such a powerhouse. Like the
agree.
access that thing gets. Yeah.
I think
wow.
This Terabyte is definitely putting in work. It's
Yeah.
2 back-to-back one-hit knockouts.
So we have Venus subscribe and subscribe.
Yeah.
Just regular subscribe.
I mean,
yeah,
hey,
that's funny.
You got to get those jabs
like
in when you can.
Yeah. We're expecting probably like a ground type move going into the Hisuian Goodra this turn from the Swampert.
Hasn't used Terra, right? That was a Protean shift.
No, that was a Protean shift. Yeah, I don't think we've seen Terra from either side, have we? No.
No, we have not. Okay, speak of
Ghost
the devil.
type. Oh,
Huge
seed bomb. Wow.
That's 4 times super effective into Swampert there.
And the switch with the Dragon Tail. Not something you really see a lot in double battles, but it's really
not
cool
often,
to see with
no.
and entry hazards as well for that
Exactly.
matter. Like,
So
not
you
very
get-
common.
you get- Yeah, so like in this situation, obviously he has poison spikes down already. So
Yeah.
getting the Dragon Tail off, getting to essentially put poison on something for free, in addition to that chip damage, pretty nice.
Yep. I mean, considering that Jade's only got 2 Pokemon left and they both are poisoned,
They're
and
both stuck in here.
Cutlass's side of the field is looking pretty tanky.
And
Yeah, I
very
think it's very
healthy
viable
too.
and very healthy. Yeah, it's pretty viable just to wait this one out. In all honesty, I
Pretty
think it's
much.
just a matter of time before the end of the battle.
I agree.
Mhm.
I mean, there's potential for some like shenanigans, like I don't know, maybe there's like a Psy Shield smash crit into
Yeah, for sure.
into the slacking, maybe. Or
I'm
like
really just seeing. I'm struggling to see how they get rid of this Goodra. This thing is
definitely.
bulky.
I mean,
Mhm.
try attack with a burn maybe to get that attack down.
Even then, it just stays. You like, how do you get rid of it? It's like, oh, it doesn't. Now it's not attacking.
Good predict on the switch.
That
Double
was a good
into
predict.
the word. The bird is the
Well,
word.
it was going to be Shadow Ball into the Shadow Terra,
Yes.
and
Yeah, so it was a good call,
was
but it was a good switch from Keith.
yeah,
from
absolutely. Both a good switch and a good call. Now, Talonflame gets access to Gale Wings, but Gale Wings only works when you're at 100% health. For those of you who don't know, Gale Wings is an ability that says you get priority flying type moves when you're at full health.
Yep. Which works for
so-
Tailwind, Brave Bird, that sort of
Yeah.
stuff.
Lots of really good things there, which makes it a very strong, viable support Pokemon. So this could be a support kind of oriented Talonflame that's used to kind of do speed control or maybe burn. Or we might just see a fully offensive Talonflame here to do like Brave Bird or Flare Blitz. True.
It has consumed an Argov berry as well.
I missed that. What?
When it got hit by Psychic.
Oh, interesting. Maybe maybe Keith was expecting the psychic type damage to be pretty prominent. Oh, that tiny bit of damage there. Snails is thick.
He is thick.
She's
a
a
big boy.
thick girl.
Yeah,
She is.
she's thick. Yeah, good game.
That's all she wrote.
Wow. That's it. The tankiness is just hard to get rid of.
It is
You
hard to
did
get
it.
Welcome back.
Wow.
GG.
So
What a game.
that went to plan for me, as you can expect.
You did it.
So I've been very sick recently, and one of the side effects is that it's very, very hard for me to get to sleep. And when I went to go and do the team building for this match, the main core of what I was trying to do, which was the Worry Seed into Truant, which has been patched out, didn't work. And then I was like, okay, now I have to rebuild my entire team from scratch and figure out everything that I need to be able to do. And as you can see, I had planned a lot of kind of exactly how I wanted it to go. Stuff like Seed Bomb on the Slacking, because I knew if Venusaur died, I really needed a way to be able to one-shot the Swampert. The Grass Water Pledge, actually insane.
Very funny.
Actually, very interesting that Showdown doesn't actually keep track of the swamp timer.
It does for me. It says in the top
Oh,
left.
it doesn't in the
in
the spectator client.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's 4 turns. But what's interesting is Porygon, if Porygon is max speed investment, no Scarf, is slower than 0 speed investment, 0 IVs, Hisui and Goodra in Swamp. I'm like, okay, that's insane,
cool.
first of all. And I had access to like 100 Tailwinds and stuff as well. So I kind of always knew that I was going to be able to be faster. So I just needed to make sure I could hit with the right move and hit the right guy.
Definitely.
Yeah. I think that's like a core thing that we've seen over at the battles today. It's like if you can't outspeed find a way to survive,
Mm.
and otherwise make sure you outspeed. If you're not going to survive, have a way of dealing with it, whether that's through like fake out or redirection or switching.
Or both.
Yeah,
Or
and
both.
Trick Room as well is a great tool for that.
Fantastic tool. Yeah, if it's like, oh, I'm never going to outspeed, none of my Pokemon are faster, maybe you just want to flip the entire speeds for 5 turns, which we saw with Law's Battle. It was great.
Which is pretty strong. And
It
I
was
don't have
strong.
it. I don't really have a good way to deal with Trick Room on my team, but I'm very good at being faster, which seem to work out for me. But that's the matches for week 1. Sean, can you update the bracket and send me a picture to put up on the stream?
Currently doing it right now.
Amazing. Because then I can put that up and we can have a look at what next week's matches are going to be.
Then while that's happening, I can talk a little bit about my team building strategy if people wanted to learn. So the first thing I was looking at was speeds. I wanted to know if there was something in particular that I needed to kind of consider if I wanted to choice Scarf or if I would need Tailwind to beat a particular Pokemon. And I basically I sorted all my Pokemon and Houdini's Pokemon by speed to see what that looked like. I also listed I went through all of Houdini's Pokemon and I listed which was higher, the defense stat or the special defense stat, or if they were fairly even. And I also listed which was higher out of the attack stat or special attack stat. And from there, I built a team where I was like kind of looking at type coverage first, and then I spec'd it EVs and IVs wise around what I was afraid of. So one of the notable ones was like majority of the team has very high attack, and the Pokemon that I was scared of was actually Pawmot and Sneasler, neither of which I saw, which was very grateful for that. But when that was a thing, they both had extremely high attack over their special attack. So my Araquanid actually has Reflect on it, and I knew that having an Intimidate user like my Hitmontop would be a really core part of the game where I'd be switching in and out of a Hitmontop to lower the attack.
Which we saw a lot of. There was actually a few times where it was like, if Rabska can't kill Metagross, there is nothing on Sean's team that can kill Metagross. Yeah. Even with the Grassy Seed. Like, the Grassy Seed was because I knew there would be a Rillaboom. Rillaboom is a fantastic Pokemon, and with Grassy Glide, even like Woodhammer was the thing I was most afraid of. Like, if this thing outsped anything, it, like, one-shots Araquanid. And Araquanid's bulky. I was very scared of this, so I knew that having Grassy Seed wouldn't go to waste, and I was debating whether to put that on T-Tar or Metagross and choice banding the other one. But yeah, in general, I was just like, I just noted down the stats and just tried to adapt to that. So almost all my Pokemon have max HP, max defense, or max attack, max HP, and tried to build defensively because the special attack threats, I didn't think I would see Ursaluna or Rabska, and Farigiraf I didn't really mind. So I was like, oh, only one special attack will be brought. That was wrong. There were 3. But even with that, I thought that I could cover Ursaluna and Rabska decently. I was wrong about Rabska though. It's a powerhouse. Rabska is.
And it was cool to see the revival blessing come off.
I was surprised about both Rabska and Ursaluna because you just fucking blip-blopped it twice. And then Rabska was the one that kind of stuck around and was causing trouble.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that 93 on the first hit. That must have been a top-end damage roll as well.
What was that one?
The Araquanid into the Ursaluna.
Liquidation into Ursaluna. When it was full HP, and it did like 90 or 93% or something like that. And I was like,
did you spec
excuse
it?
you?
Yeah, we were like, what the hell?
Yeah,
so
that was huge.
It has Water Bubble, which means
you have
water
bubble
power is doubled.
Okay.
Yeah. So Water Bubble's the ability. It says this Pokemon's water power is 2 times. So yeah,
and it
I actually
5 type moves as well.
Yeah, I had more coverage moves on Araquanid, and then I was like, oh, actually, water type moves just do more damage all the time. So if you don't know, you can use the damage calculator to test these out. I just took my team, copy and pasted it into the damage calculator, which is very handy, and then just played around with some numbers until things worked out.
Seems good. All right, are you all ready
Yeah.
for the bracket announcement?
Yeah.
Yep.
Got it loaded. I've got it ready. We've got... It's not on the screen. 1 second. Because
There it
I have
is.
it cropped.
See part of it.
Mhm.
Yeah, you get to see half for a second. Let's see if I can... No, what the fuck? Ah, there we go. So we've got winners versus losers. That's how
It's
these kind of
still
things are
okay.
gonna work.
There we go.
Law.
Yeah, so
Yes.
Elise and Loremother is next round, and then Terrastormer and me is next round. EBEZA and Houdini, and then Jadeabella and AV. This is
Nice.
going to be our next round pairings. So if the games can't be done on stream, it needs to be organized and done prior to next Saturday so that we can watch the replay and commentate over it. So all the matches are in one place. Otherwise, next Saturday, same time, is going to be the matches. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for the stream. We've done all of our matches. We've talked a little bit about our teams and what's going on. Which means that we actually do have a lot of side content on the YouTube. There is a YouTube playlist that has team building and all that kind of stuff on there to go and have a look at if you want to learn more, or if people are talking about how they're building teams and stuff like that and you want a bit of the behind the scenes, it's worth going and having a look at. I know we've got a couple of them already. But other than that, next week, next Saturday, same time, we'll be having the round 2 matches. And I'm excited to see you all there.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
See you next time.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah.